Hello everybody and welcome to the Sonic Boom Commentaries post-show slash podcast slash thing where we discuss the show. So,
oh boy.
So that episode, an episode made by 3 people, and it felt like it.
What happened in this episode?
It took 3 viewings of it to find it funny. I was laughing during the actual commentary. I was not laughing the previous 2 times I saw it. I honestly didn't.
It gets better with friends, then, obviously.
It gets better with company, but that's a bad thing for a show if you require somebody else to be there.
I laughed a bit in the first part, like with Sonic and Tails, and then dealing with the fan. And then the rest of it, I didn't really care all that much. To be fair, though, I was probably only like paying half attention to it because I was half asleep at the time. I just woke up. But
like I said in the pre-show, it felt like they were playing writers' tag with this episode. I'd love to know what happened with this episode and how it came to be, because it feels like they were short an episode. And quickly put something together. You guys do it, or it was just like, hey, it was like the 3 writers who have the least writing experience. You work together on a thing, like as a project. The opening was fine. I was interested in seeing where they went with the direction of that, and it's like, oh yeah, that. And then we get sidetracked into. And then we started off with like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, if not longer, of Heatwave, and then Heatwave became B Story.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what now? Like, what?
Suddenly we cut to Medburger, and then suddenly there's now a homeowners association. Oh yes, cutting social commentary again on overly protective homeowners trope. Yay. Also, so they're the bad guys. The villagers were the bad guys in this episode, which I found interesting, actually. But if you took out Knuckles' hallucination stuff, take that out of the episode, then rewatch the episode, it's a lot less of an episode.
Knuckles fighting the Mirages should have been its own episode.
Knuckles journeying through the desert could just be an episode on its own.
I don't understand, like, why it. I never understood the direction this episode took, but to be fair, it could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
It definitely could have been worse, considering what episode we've seen in the past. But
in terms of the last third of the series that we've had, where it's all been very, very strong, this was the weakest.
This one had no sense of direction, but it didn't outright, like, rub us the wrong way, per se, like, you know, a couple of, like, the Go-Go Bus episode may have done to us, the Just the Guy episode did to us. Like, it didn't really strike us the wrong way. Here, it was just misguided in a way. But I just laugh at on occasion.
Yeah.
Like,
It should have been split into the 2 different ideas.
Yeah, it feels like
the Heatwave should be its own thing, and this homeowners association thing should be its own thing.
The homeowners association,
especially because if you gave the homeowners association thing more time, then you could have gotten the line that said Eggman didn't build this lair, he bought it.
The homeowners situation didn't even need Sonic.
There was
This
no
was like
point
one
to
episode.
Sonic
Yeah,
this at all.
this episode did not need Sonic and
It
the
didn't
guys
need-
in it at all.
It could have easily been an episode of just Eggman and the Orbot, Cubot, and Homeowners Association, and that could have been just it. But Sonic and the gang did not really need to be in this episode.
Yeah. I mean, you could have had Eggman go to like Tails for help to prove that, you know, he owned the lair or something. And you could have had that be a thing, or you could have had Eggman appealing to the mayor. You could have had them go back to the courtroom or something.
Yeah.
But
Why?
it's just
Why
so-
were they?
This
Why-
is
why-
clearly like one story that needed more space and another story that needed a lot more breathing room.
Mm.
Which is I know it sounds very similar, but
This was probably the messiest episode I've seen yet. But like I said, it wasn't. Like I said, it didn't rub me the wrong way.
we know.
There was one thing that I was a little bit about, and that was we've seen Lady Walrus enough. I actually quite liked the joke about how Eggman thought Lady Walrus, which is he'd never seen Lady Walrus with that clean a shave before. The idea that Lady Walrus does actually normally have like walrusy bristles or something. But then we had the joke that Lady Walrus is big, so therefore she eats a lot of food because fat.
I don't know. If I was offered like a whole plate of things and I thought it was clean enough, I would probably shove all the food in a bag and then just very quietly sneak away.
Mm.
With, you know, my extremely quiet feet like a bombshell.
I just don't understand. Like,
I am so quiet.
I guess if I had to choose who the highlight in this was, it was probably Orbot and Cubot. Which is not something I say often, but
Really not Knuckles?
no, Knuckles was more along the lines of the Mirage guy in this case, but Orbot and Cubot got the biggest laughs out of me.
Mm.
So,
That's because they're beautiful.
I think, I mean, things that were good.
Cubot.
Styx had a line.
Did Styx have a line?
Yes, she had the Wizard of Oz reference.
That was like. Have you noticed that every time Styx has one of these appearances, she always says just one line, and only one line.
Technically, she
nothing
had
else.
And it has to be a
because-
good one.
Technically, she had two because she also had two instances of yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, but it's
Um,
I don't know. It's a bit weird.
Until still barely gets to say anything.
we just know that this episode has some pretty jiffable moments.
There was
I mean-
the Q-bots or bots dealing with
Cubot and all
hiding
trying
each
to
other.
shove each other into a bathroom.
Yeah, I must hide this robot. Wait, I'm a robot. Exactly, you're an orc robot. Get in there. That was nice. There's a whole lot of.
Yeah.
That's my summary of the episode.
I'm kind of fond of the ending. Just like every robot went haywire, including it turns out Orbot, and there was actually a souffle.
Yeah.
Look at this face.
Yeah, the evil possessed Orbot. I would have quite liked it. It would have been quite nice actually if it had like that hadn't ended there and it had cut back and like Orbot's eyes had gone back to normal and he was laughing. So that actually Orbot was putting it on just so that he could souffle Eggman in the face. It's an interesting one though, isn't it? It was like woo solar power and then woo lightning and woo lightning
Yay,
conducted
power,
by
power.
conducted by solar collectors and overpowered robots and recolored robots and motorbugs doing weird dancing.
Motorbug being kicked.
Kicked,
Cool
slam
motorbugs.
dunked and everything. Anyway, we're not doing the TV tropes this week.
The timing issues.
The timing issues. Also, also you can't say that that you're disappointed because we haven't put the episode up with the first part yet, so you can't possibly complain about it because you haven't even heard the first half yet at the time of recording. So,
But eventually they will, and then they'll complain, and then we'll be like, we already did it.
and then we're like, well, we addressed your comments in the other episodes that we've already recorded. Oh, I don't know. Anyway,
We addressed your comments in which we laughed at you.
any comments? Any further comments from you guys on the episode? Because I want to wrap this up a bit quicker today.
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
I look forward to next week's episode just to see.
What is next week's episode, Donnie?
The Fuzzy Puppies episode is
At
finally
long
here.
last, people can stop asking about it, right?
At long last, after it was 11 months ago that we first heard about it during the Boom event, and now at long last we're going to find out about it. And even better, the final episode that we learned at that time during the Boom event last year, Cabin Fever, is going to be airing after that. So we're going to be getting a double dose of familiar episodes here.
Indeed, indeed. Well, I've got nothing else to say. Apart from I would love to know how this episode worked in terms of being put together, because it feels so disjointed and it's so unusual to have a 3-person writing team. I don't think it has happened before on Boom, but it's so weird to have a 3-person writing team for 10 minutes.
It's like one person wrote the first 3 minutes, another person wrote the second third, and then the third person wrote the another third of it. It's
such a long-winded way of getting to the actual story. It did a Simpsons-esque, bait and switch on the plot.
It tried to do a bait and switch, but the problem was it didn't have the time to do the bait
exactly.
and switch.
Simpsons can get away with that because they have 22 minutes an episode. Sonic Boom really can't get away with that because it has 10 minutes. You can't spend a quarter of it going on about one thing and then going, oh yeah, actually there's this other thing instead.
Oh hey, Eggman's kind of in trouble right
It
now.
needs to be a bit punchier than that, I think. Anyway, but I'd love to know how it came together. It feels so out of place in the series, which is something. But anyway, hopefully we'll hear back from the team about that. Maybe we will, maybe we won't.
I'm just personally waiting on the TV listings to finally update because they have not updated yet.
Will we have a hiatus? Dun dun dun.
Actually, they updated on the on TV Guide. Now I see Fuzzy Puppy Buddies listed on Saturday the 10th, and intriguingly, Cabin Fever seems to be called Designated Heroes on the 17th. At least that's what I'm looking at here.
It's episode 53. They're making more episodes and not telling Cartoon Network or something.
You know what's sad? You know what's sad? I could honestly see that too.
Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know anymore. I've been so confused about this show. So many mixed messages.
I know. We're going to go off and be confused. Please like, comment, and subscribe to us. If you're listening on the post show, go on YouTube on the podcast version. Go on YouTube onto youtube.com/SonicRex as it is on there. Or look up Last Minute Continue. And subscribe to us on there. We've got lots of cool things. I'm currently putting up a 2012 Let's Play of Klonoa 2 from Turbo, for instance. But there's all manner of things coming.
Turboween.
There's Turboween coming, which is a number of horror-themed games that I meant to do last year and didn't get time to do. So I'm hopefully going to be able to do them this year. But there's like Resident Evil and Splatterhouse and Project Zero and other things.
And Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric.
And Sonic Boom. No, it's not Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric. That would be horrendous. That's a nightmare situation. We wouldn't want to force on anybody. Anyway,
that's a pretty first.
Anyway, we will leave you with Kat's piece of artwork, which hasn't been created yet. But by the gift of video editing, unless you're on the podcast version, in which case, sorry, then the picture will now appear.
Mike, come to the video version. Come to the video version.
Stay for the food. We have shrimp puffs.
We have shrimp puffs.
Evil
stuff.
shrimp
Many package you want.
Anyway,
because they're imaginary.
Unless Bill Freiberger gets there first with his handbag, everything will be fine. So here's the picture. It's of
it's a picture. Let's not describe it.
I thought it was Wally. I thought it was Wally.
At least that.
It's Wally Wingert with the Q-bots.
Damn, you see, because once you say that, I can't edit the concept to make anything easier.
Yeah, but I was pretty definite that it had to be the various Q-bots. So
there had to be Q-bots.
King of the Q-bots, Wally Wingert. There we go. Join us next week or whenever the heck it goes out for the next episode, which will be Fuzzy Puppies, unless scheduling says otherwise. Episode 47, anyway, whatever the case.
I think it's pretty certain, considering that's how what came next in France anyway. So
yeah.
And they've been pretty.
Oh well. Say goodbye, Donnie.
Puppies.
Donnie, who's now being played by Joey the King Lawler.
Puppies.
Say goodbye, Kat.
Bye.
Say goodbye, Kevin.
Kevin. Kevin,
Damn it,
goodbye.
That guy never does never gets his cues right at all, does he? Anyway, bye everybody.
Bye.